You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
There's some feelings I get from this game from Command and Colors.
Yes.
Right? So some of the feelings that I get from Command and Colors are the fog of war aspect where you can't have total control, and the way it limits it is by left, right, and center, right? Whereas in this game, it limits it by the cards in your hand. So the symbols in your hand are going to be what prevents you from being able to activate this group, because you know you're not going to be strong in this group if you don't have enough sets of those symbols to do something with them. So that's kind of like Command and Colors, Memoir 44, that kind of stuff, where you don't want to activate this area because maybe you don't have enough cards behind it to continue that push. So that feeling came from it.
Well, it was that as well as that when I was here, I had 2 blocks to your 4. You thought you were going to win.
Right.
But one block was 3, the other block was 2.
What this did well was remove the randomness of the dice.
Yes.
And replace it with cards, but also replace it with the power of the block, the unknown power of the block. Not knowing that you had a bunch of 3 power back there, plus that 4 general. Mm-hmm. Right, so I'm thinking I've got 40 or 2. That 4 general that
this
came
guy
in,
was the bane of your existence.
Yeah, he just kept coming in and rocking stuff. So this replaces, the fact that I can't see it replaces like dice. That's the unknown. But it's not unknown for you. So you know what you're bringing to the battle. If you watch that section when I took that battle there, mm-hmm. I was hemming and hawing, because I'm like, I have 4 blocks, but they're not strong. They're all like single power, right? Or single power plus a special attack. I didn't have any 3s in there. When I had my 2 3s together, they ran the muck for you. Those 2 triple attacks. Yeah. They came here, destroyed that. They came here, destroyed that. They came here.
These guys right here.
Yes.
These right here.
When they were together, they were just rocking. They were just plakata. But I overall, I see why this is in the top 150 for board game geek games.
Yeah.
And it's in the top, what was it, like the top 10 or 20 for war games?
No,
it was up there.
It was number 5.
It was up there for war games in general.
Yes.
And then it's top 150 for board games on BGG. I totally see why. This is a game that I think someone who's not a war gamer would enjoy because there's not as much randomness.
Yeah.
The randomness is the set collection piece to try to build your sets for battles, right? So that dictates where you go. This game is great. This is going on I think I'm going to P500 this one. GMT Games, they do their P500 system where when they get 500 people, they reprint. So I'm going to throw my hat in there.
This is the 4th printing of this that I got. I've tried to get
Matthew Calkins.
I've tried to get it on the 2nd printing. I tried to get it on the 3rd printing, and I just kept missing.
It's a 2010 game.
Yes.
This game's been around a little bit.
And for 4th printing, still 10 years later, it's because everyone finds out a little bit later about the game and how it's played. I think I can get this game to a table with most Eurogamers for sure.
Right. I really do feel that this game would draw in Robert. It would draw in Michael.
Yes.
Right. Because
there's no dice.
Right. There's less randomness.
They don't like combat
dice.
As
much as I tried to get Robert into Command and Colors, the combination of the card drawing plus the dice is just too much randomness for a Eurogamer. Whereas this game here, I think it'll fit the bill. The length of play, I think we can get it down to about an hour and a half.
Yes, I think we can.
An hour and a half, 2 hours. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the time flew. The early part of the game, it didn't feel as good. It felt slow. Until we started to build our hand. Once we were able to build a stronger hand of 9, 7, 8 cards, then you could discard cards to do stuff and still have the set you need to be able to actually go fight.
So if you noticed, first week, 1 week, 2 weeks, we didn't shuffle our cards until about week 5, right? Yep. We finished in week 7. We would almost need to reshuffle again. There was a lot of cards being eaten up.
Yeah, between week 5 and the end,
yes,
our deck is almost down because we were really just discarding cards to move stuff. You were doing some total movements to discarding cards to get to that total movement level to be able to move everything on the board. It had a good pace.
Yes. I thought that it was, for me, I thought it was a little imbalanced, but as I saw a little bit, it's not. So if you look at here, you have a strong capital here. It's going to be almost next to impossible for me to attack it. You have places, you have two spots where this
where I can move units in there to support it.
This lonely daimyo guy is by himself for recruitment. If I just take it and put one block and leave it there, that kills that whole block. So I have recruitment here, recruitment here, recruitment
See, what
here,
that does is it consolidates all my forces over here. Your forces can recruit spread out. So that gave you more land control. Mm-hmm. Although I had more blocks than you on occasion, you still had more of your cubes controlling positions on the board.
Correct.
Which gave you more recruitment and more cards every turn.
Yep.
So just about every single week of this battle, you recruited more than I did, and you drew more cards than I did.
I drew 7 more cards. Well, no, 6 more cards. You don't do it in the first week. So I drew 6 more cards.
And 6 more cubes. Look, you have 4 cubes in your recruitment, where I ended up with 0 at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, so I still got quite a bit left in the bag. Look, I would have loved to have these out.
These never came out. Oh man, I got some 3s in here. That would have. Oh, look at these 3s, man.
Look, I found all my arquebuses. They were in the bag.
See, I had some Moris in here, but they never came out.
So that is the random part with the army thing.
No, this is good though. This is just a good level of random and control, and then the unknown of what do you have behind there felt really good.
Yeah,
this game feels good. This game feels really good.
I felt like I had a little bit more control with the strategy element.
So on that note, Will, thank you for showing me and introducing me to this game. I really appreciate you coming out.
Yes. By the way, it was our first time playing it.
Yeah, so it was our first time. So you probably saw a lot of questions and a lot of reading of the book. I'll try to edit some of that out. But thank you for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Please be sure to like and subscribe. You don't know how much that helps. It helps a lot. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
See it.